Okay, so today our guest is Russ. Thank you, Russ, for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so we're going to jump into it. When you heard the phrase the moment you stop explaining yourself, what part of your life does that immediately resonate with?
When I to stop explaining myself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what I think? So for me, that's when I stopped masking. So I'm ADHD and depressive disorder,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of masking that goes along. You hear people like where you're just trying to fit into the to jobs and things like that, and you just got to pretend that you're not in a depressive episode, or you have to pretend that you're not scattered and you're focused and all that stuff. So um, I think there came a point in time when there was just too much energy for
Mm-hmm.
me to like keep up a front. I'm like, why don't I just fucking share? Why can't I just say, you know what, I'm in a depressive episode right now. It sucks. It's stupid. Just
Yeah.
come out with it. And that felt a lot more freeing to me. Like it's you don't have to pretend you're like, oh, I'm really so sad today, blah blah blah. But it's like, no, I feel low mood state. This sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Mm-hmm.
share that, and I don't know. There's something about that lifts me a little bit.
And so who did you feel that you was mostly like had to keep explaining yourself to? Anyone in your life, anyone professional?
Oh God, well, historically, because I'm
Mhm.
50 now, but like, I mean, we're talking when I'm at home, and you're like, trying to keep up with the family and trying to be like, they're all seemingly normies, they're all like have their shit together, and I'm like,
Mhm.
I need what? Why do I keep screwing this up? The problem with that was like, historically, you keep you start to feel like you're not good enough,
Mhm.
right? You start to feel like what's wrong with me, and you start to feel like it's a character flaw. It's that it's a me problem, not
Mhm.
it's not a diagnostic issue, right?
Right.
So for me, it was like, I don't even remember the question, but I think it's like I had to do it a lot growing up, and then I would imagine you just do it a lot. You mask a lot in life because you don't want what you perceive is going to be the negative. I need to shut up, otherwise people are going to be like I talk too much, or I'm
Mhm.
going to need
Mhm.
to just stay quiet. And so then you're forcing yourself to not have a fun idea or to share,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Um, it's all over the place at
Do you
work,
feel like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, no, you go ahead.
Do you feel like it was oversharing or it was like you would just kept seeing yourself, kept having to apologize, or you was just kept having to justify yourself?
Yeah, you know what would happen for me? I know we're all our lived experiences are all different, but like for me, you start to see a glaze in people's eyes
Hmm.
where they're like, when is this going to be done? Right? Where you're talking and you're sharing, you got a big animated story and stuff like that, and you start to see people in their interest start to glaze over,
Hmm.
and I don't know, I don't know if I'm empath, but I can feel the torture inside them of like, get me out of this. And so
Okay.
then I'm like, oh, whatever. Anyway, and then you just cut to the chase of your story
Yeah.
because you're like, they hate me now. I need to end this. That's
Right.
how
Yeah.
that's how it looked.
I get it. I feel like some people you'll find that some people attention span sometimes just not
Yeah.
there. So you'll have to just like you said, cut to the point, get to the bullet points and
Yeah. Oh, and then vice versa. Like when someone's telling me a story,
yeah.
and especially if like we're in a coffee shop or if we're somewhere busy, and it takes a, all of my energy to stay with them.
Hmm.
If their store is bored, like I'm that person. On the other side of the things, it's like I can see everybody's life happening around me,
Right.
and I'm involved.
Okay.
But you're talking to me, so how do I stay with you when
Hmm.
that's happening? And I want to find out what they're doing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I know that before when we talked the other day, you were saying that you was just coming out of a depression episode.
Yeah.
Um, what do you feel pressure? Do you feel pressure that you have to tell people that like you're coming out of a depression
No.
episode or that you even have depression?
No. You know what's funny about it is that it's I don't feel like I have to tell you anything.
Hmm.
I um I just, if that's my truth, then that's what I am.
Hmm.
That's the unmasking part of it. Like, if someone says, "How you doing?" and I'm in a depressive episode, I'm in a depressive episode. Now you
Hmm.
asked, what am I going to say? Fine, I'm fine. How
Hmm.
are you?
Hmm.
Weather is neat. It's those conversations are awful,
Yes.
and I'm a big, I'm not an advocate, but I'm a believer in normalizing talking about our skull spaghetti. Where are you at?
Hmm. Hmm.
Who are you today?
Hmm.
Maybe you're down, maybe you're up. There's nothing that you have to do about it.
Right.
But if
Right.
you're interested, that's who I am today. Like,
Right.
so I don't feel pressure, but I do feel lifted in the pressure to not share.
Okay.
Right? Oh, I don't want you to feel weird because I said I'm depressed. I don't want you to feel like you have to be like, "Oh no, poor you, but you have so much going for you," or but like I don't there's no pressure. It's
Right.
just this is our truth.
Yeah. And like you were saying, I feel like we as people, like you said, I hate when people be like, "Oh, how you doing?" It's because, if I feel like it forces people to say, "Well, I'm fine,"
Yeah.
because like you said, it'll stop right there. And even myself over the year, just going through this transformation,
Yeah.
I had to learn to say, like, I'm okay with saying today's not a good day for me,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, ping pong it to them. It's like it's not your problem to do anything with it. Have you ever? It's almost kind of comical sometimes because you could just see like people like it's like you're giving them your turd and they're like, "What are you giving me this for? I don't know what to do with it." Like, but that's who I am right now. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
asked me a question. Well, society is so. I say that the normie society. That's
Mhm.
like the neurotypical world. Is they're all like we are fine. How are you? Pleasant, pleased to meet you. Oh, it's
Right.
like so fucking robotic. And
Hmm.
we're like, none of us are fine
Right.
ever. There's always something, but maybe sometimes we're good. Well,
Hmm.
let's be good.
Hmm.
And then if we're bad, let's just be, this is who I am.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Totally.
Like you said, I feel like society has made this thing like, oh, well, if you're having a bad day, or, let's push her to the side because that's not our normal
Yeah.
picture. You know what I mean? Like we
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
and it goes even playing the social media, you'll see a lot of people, again, they're faking their happiness. And the
Yeah.
moment somebody gets on there and start crying or just being real authentic, those are the people that go viral.
Yep.
Those are people that get the GoFundMe page, but it's like, I feel like that's where we need to get to, where people are allowed to express their emotion, just be real and tell a story.
Yeah. We all are just who we are in whatever day we're in, and
Yeah,
it'll be different tomorrow. Yeah,
yeah.
100%. 100%.
So do you remember a moment or a stretch of time when explaining yourself stopped helping you, or, where you felt like it just wasn't healthy for me?
Oh wait, was it healthy for me to explain myself?
Yeah, when you felt like you had when you realized, like, I have to stop doing this, stop explaining myself. I have to stop giving justification, or, explaining, like, because it
Oh,
was masking, like you said earlier, it would mask a lot. So can you recall a moment when where the light bulb went on, you're like, hey, this is I'm suffering inside and they want me to show up with this mask and on being happy in front of everybody.
oh, that's an interesting question because I don't know that I don't know that I felt like I don't have to explain myself.
Hmm.
It's more of I'm offering to explain myself,
Okay.
and I'm not responsible for how you react to that.
Hmm.
Right? It's not on me to hold your hand through whatever I'm going through.
Hmm.
You either know how to handle it or you don't, and you'll that's what you'll share with me, and then it'll
Hmm.
be on me to how do I handle the fact that you don't know how to handle it or whatever.
Hmm.
It's um but I think I do not like, but I do believe in sharing, and like I don't mind explaining myself. I
Hmm.
remember at a job I once had, um, I was struggling, and I was like I was explaining why I had to do checklists and spreadsheets and stuff because I'm like I
Hmm.
won't remember. My brain won't remember, and
Right.
so where you can just go, oh, log into my email, do this, I'm worried that I'm going to forget. So I create a very basic remedial looking checklist.
Okay.
Maybe someday I get to the point where it's just automatic. But right now I need this scaffolding for myself to do what you need me to do in this job,
Right.
which is like I'm here to show up and you hired me for a reason. I want to give you the result. So
Mm-hmm.
here's how
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do you feel like even okay, you mentioned job. Do you feel like you see a lot of, or did you see a lot when you was at your job where people had to over explain, especially like to bosses, if that makes sense? And it was
well,
really,
yeah, that's hard to say. Like because there's sometimes an insecurity, right? With
hmm
uh, and maybe that's an ADHD thing too, where we need to over explain. Like that's what we'll like. Oh, but you need backstory for this, and then I need to give you backstory on the backstory, and then let me
hmm
tell you about when I was 5, and then that'll tie into this eventually. That to me is like the overshare thing, which I don't know. Like everybody's different, so like if a
Yeah,
boss can't handle that, fuck them. I mean, or or you need them to understand. It's very specific to like each individual person and their
right,
experience.
right.
Um,
And so, I know we talked on this question before.
mhm.
What do you feel is the difference between sharing and explaining?
Oh yeah, I remember you asking me that. Oh, do you remember what I said? Sharing and explaining. These are really good questions because they're like really philosophical. You really have to think
Thanks.
about them, which I do love the thinking part of it. You might just have to close the gap on the podcast edit.
Well,
um,
to me, I just feel like when you're sharing, like again, you're sharing your story, right?
yeah.
And then but when you're explaining, it's kind of like you're explaining and you're trying to get validation from someone else for them to be like,
Well,
oh, you are,
yeah.
you are good at your job, or you are, an excellent podcast. You know what I mean? I feel like that's
Yeah, one of them is sharing, and one of them is a justification, right?
right,
So if
right.
you're yeah, so if I love sharing, I think it's awesome. I think it's
Okay.
how we get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a natural interest in each other and our behavior and our lives and who we are and how we function in the world. And explaining almost comes with a connotation of like something is wrong
Mm-hmm.
and I have to justify it. I have to, oh, the reason why blah 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 blah, right? Is
Right.
which to me is a little bit gross.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it goes back to like society explaining, like you saying, trying to get justification, you know what I mean? Like just that whole thing, well, you're not good enough, or, like why do I have to explain? You know what I mean? Like why
Yeah.
can't I why can't I just say, this is what I do and I've been doing it X minus years or whatever it might be. I just think that with six, as we have evolved now everybody has to do a lot of bit more explaining for someone to buy into your story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like even if you said, well, I have depression and I'm diagnosed with depression. Now somebody in society might say, well, how you knew you had it?
Yeah.
When did you go to the doctors? You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
we can't just take your story and say, okay, he said he has it. Well, I'm going to take that he has it. you
Yeah.
know?
And who's that person that needs that information anyway, right?
Right,
Like
right.
so I hear what you're saying. The it's the idea of like I don't give a shit if
Yeah.
people I mean I say that, but I do. I do care. But it's 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 not up to me to be able to control your viewpoint about me, right?
Right.
Or I can't control if I share it to someone like I'm depressed
hmm
and they're like, "What do you got to be depressed about?" or something like that. I don't have control over their output. I have
Right.
control over my response to them,
Okay.
right? And how much I let them affect me. But it's also like don't you find this like it's different that dynamic is different. It's
Okay.
like different maybe culturally, but also like depending on if is it a work thing or is it a family thing?
Right.
Or is it like a stranger thing? And
hmm
our level of like, do we have to care? Well, maybe because I don't want to get fired. I
Right,
need to care
right.
about how they respond. And those dynamics, oh, they frustrate the shit out of me. But it's also, it's interesting because aren't isn't it different with each one?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And that was going to be my next question. Do you feel like it's different when it comes to family? Do you feel like it's different when it comes to society or when it comes to work?
Yeah, it totally is. I think that's probably why I'm a solopreneur, is because I don't really, I don't necessarily fit into the pocket of um, working for other people. I have my way of being in the workforce, which is I'm a delight, but I
Hmm.
don't know if the output is always exactly what it is. And then also office politics, corporate politics are literally the worst for me.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Half of the time it isn't humane. And you're just like,
Hmm.
why do we all buy into this? Um, so that was very frustrating to me. Um,
And
yeah.
and so like even when you started podcasting and I know you said you're diagnosed with depression and ADHD, did you feel any of your listeners you may have to over explain to sometimes for them?
No,
Okay.
well, it's a podcast, so it's kind of a one-sided conversation, right? It's
Right,
just
right.
me talking to an audience. So
But the
uh,
comments.
oh God, I don't want to listen to them. I, a lot of times they've been good,
Hmm.
um, but I usually don't look at my comments because I
Okay.
will get butthurt by them if they're negative.
Okay.
I've had a couple people reach out and say I can't even handle like on a newsletter if I see that there was a spam complaint.
Okay.
I, and who even knows? Like they're Google. They might have just said, "Oh, I don't want the email anymore." Big deal.
Yeah.
But the fact that someone called me spam, oh, my
Yeah.
heart. Dude, I need to talk to them. Like I'm not a bad person. You know what I mean? Like so I have to like not deal with the comments.
Okay.
I'm not responsible for people's opinions anyways.
Right.
You know,
Right. Right. Yeah.
there's a
Eh,
billion people on the planet. I'm sure a few of them are going to think I'm a huge piece of shit. And then,
yeah.
you know what I mean? But I know where
Yeah.
my heart's at. So that's all I got.
And that's the thing, comments, you'll find that there's again a lot of people that are not I guess living in a truth or
Mm-hmm.
your light sometimes might
Yeah.
offend a lot of people because you're speaking your truth and you're like you're saying like I don't give a
Yeah.
damn what people think, and just that can struck a nerve in someone and then I'm working through that part too because I don't even think
Yeah.
it's a nerve. I think that it triggers something in them they don't want to fix and deal with, so they mask it.
Yeah. You know what this makes me think of is that I feel like the statement that I would make of like, I don't care what people think of me has a very like armored
Okay.
shield and like, no, fuck you. Right.
Yeah.
That kind of an attitude. But it's really not that. It's more like, um, I don't have the space to even let it in. Or
Hmm.
I don't have the so that translates as oh he doesn't seem to care what I think. But
Hmm.
he's I have time and I have light for you, right? Or like
Right.
I don't think you're an asshole, but I don't have it in me to let your negativity hit me.
Yeah.
Or I don't want that. That's the thing that so I avoid your comments or I
Right.
avoid looking at those things.
Right. And the
So,
thing is, even with that, that's your right, and that's not, you know what I mean? Like, because you'll
mhm.
have some people like, well, you have to talk to your comments, or that's your
Oof.
right. Again,
Yeah.
here we go with I have today is not my day. I want to deal with negativity, so I don't have to respond to it, So
Yeah.
we just don't have to.
Man, that's what I hate about social media. That's why I don't have a Facebook account, Instagram, or any of that stuff because I will get caught up in that world
Yeah.
and I can't.
Yeah.
I'm like, what type of a person goes out of their way to say, I'm going to take time out of my life to say something negative about you?
Yeah.
You need to hear my opinion of you. You're an idiot and I don't like the way you talk and your voice sounds gross. You're stupid. You're not funny and all like who's like saying this is what I want to do with my day to day. I
Right.
want to bring I want to bring my truthful negativity to somebody.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why do I want to listen to that?
Yeah. And it's sad because, like I said, it's a lot of unhappy people. And this is why, having these conversations that we're having like today,
Yeah.
hopefully, at some point people look in the mirror and be like, I want to fix myself,
Oh yeah.
We really need to do as society, we just have to bring more light and love into the world because it's just
Yeah.
so gray.
Oh man, I'm a big fan of that. Like, be the person that you want in the
Yeah.
world. Like, be do the like. I was I think this may be my ADHD coachy attitude, but like the I don't really buy into affirmations because
Okay.
I'm a depressive person, right? So my brain won't let me believe I love myself. It just
Okay.
won't, right? It's the imposter syndrome. It's just the internal heat. I have all kinds of light for other people, but it never comes back. And
Okay.
so the mirror won't buy into it. But I believe in task formations, which is like, what does a, what is the thing that somebody who loves themselves, what do they do?
Okay.
Do they go for a walk? Do they,
Hmm.
like, I don't know, would they do something?
Right.
What the hell are they doing? And maybe I can do that and give my dumb brain a data point to be like, look, I do care about myself,
Yeah. Yeah.
even though my mirror won't listen to it, right?
Okay. I never thought of that. Okay. So is there anything in your life right now that you're practicing letting go and letting go
Yeah.
while remaining unexplaining yourself?
Oh yeah, totally. I'm meditating. I'm
Hmm.
practicing. I'm a big fan of meditation.
Okay.
Um, it's like the practice of like nothing needs to be different than it is right now,
Okay.
right? Of Yeah, I know there's a lot going on in the world that needs to be different, but like, I mean, the internal struggle, right?
Right. Right.
Is the So if I'm depressed, I'm depressed. That's my truth.
Hmm.
It's just it's almost like a practice of casually owning wherever I'm at,
Okay.
to where like you were saying earlier, I'm not feeling it today, or today's not a good day.
Hmm.
That's okay. That's who you are right now.
Right.
Just
Right.
by like honoring that and just sinking into that, I think it lifts us, or it
Yeah.
makes like the day might get better. But if
Right.
we are, I say we, but like this is my practice for me, right? If I sink into the negative thoughts, then all I see are negative thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like, have you ever heard of that? What do they call the reticular activator? Like
Yeah.
when you're gonna buy I'm gonna buy a red VW Bug, and then all of a sudden you just start seeing VW bugs
Yeah. You
everywhere.
say.
Yeah, it's that thing. So if I'm in here and I'm just like, okay, I only, it's just a negativity thought, then
Hmm.
I'm only going to be looking for things to validate that.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I'm sad, but I'm sad. But like, what do I want now, and what do I want to be? And I'm just going to move forward in the world like that,
Right.
casually owning it.
Right.
I love that. That's what I'm practicing.
And so, I know you, so back to, I just had one question about, I know you just said you was coming out of the depression
Yeah,
episode. So can you explain what is a depression episode and
yeah,
like, what methods do you use to help yourself get out of
yeah. I know. I like the word. It's like it's a TV show. What's
it?
what season are you on depressive episode? The words that they have for things are funny. But so the question was like, what's it like, and how do I get
Yeah,
out of
so
it?
can you explain like what do it look like and what methods do you use?
Yeah. So for me, the way well, I'll just say how I felt this one
Hmm.
is it was situational. So I got news that triggered me,
Hmm.
and it just felt it's almost like how there's like the fight, flight, or freeze.
Hmm.
So my body does freeze. Like some people get angry and they fight, and some people take off, and I play dead. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like the body, it's almost like an animal.
Okay.
And an animal plays dead, their body like, I don't know all the science behind it, but it's like their body shuts down,
Okay.
and they all their resources they pull away from like so they don't feel themselves getting eaten, right?
Right.
And they just numb out because it's about to be over, right?
Right.
Um, my body goes through that. It's like it feels super super heavy,
Hmm.
and I can't think. It's just a cloud of dread,
Okay.
and my body gets so tired. It's like I just want to lay down. I just want to go
Okay.
to sleep. And I'm like, that's me. That's my brain going, play dead, man. The
Yeah.
world's trying to kill you. Play dead. Play dead. Um,
Okay.
and so that's what happens. Now, the thing that gets me out of it is really it's time. It's weathering a storm because you never
Okay.
know how long they're going to be.
Okay.
But what I have things that I'll do, like, so I have this online community, right? So it's for ADHD people, and I do these challenges. And
Okay.
so one of them is like 30 days, I'm going to do a 30-minute walk. And
Okay.
it's like a challenge. I don't want to, 30 days in a row.
Okay.
So I don't want to start that challenge over again because it's a pain in the ass.
Right.
So I I will go on the walk, even though I don't want to, even though I'm sad, even though I'm tired. I will do it because I want to win a challenge. It's you know what I mean.
Right.
It's not
Right.
about the walk; it's about the effort. And I think if I would have not done the walk, I would have sank further because it would be like
Oh,
more that I'm not doing. I
right.
guess I don't care. I guess I'm a total piece of shit.
Right.
So it's I do whatever I can to keep whatever to keep doing the things that I do,
Okay.
even if it's half-assed, quarter-assed. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like whatever it is,
Okay.
um, and then over time that comes out. I don't do well with, they talk about cognitive reframes.
Mm-hmm.
We'll journal about what's going good in your life, and it doesn't work for me when I'm in a down mood.
Okay.
It just makes me feel worse because I'm like, look, I can't even believe this stuff that I know is true.
Right.
I know I have a lot going for me, but I can't see it. So now I suck at looking at myself. Um,
Okay.
so for me, it's there's a real an even though stance. Like so,
Okay.
even though all of this is awful and horrible, what can I do to get started on this walk, or what can I do to do these other things that are good for me?
Okay.
And then it's just time.
All right.
And yeah, and this particular time, I'm telling you, man, casually owning it. When I checked in with the community, I'm like, I'm in a depressive episode. It's dumb. I'm not like, guys, poor me, poor me.
Right.
Things are sad. It's you know what I mean. It was just this is where I'm at. Fuck it, it's stupid. Here's what I'm
Okay.
gonna do today. I'm gonna go on my walk.
Okay.
It's so I don't know if it's just one less thing to be pushing down,
Okay.
so that my body can get out of that freeze mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm hearing, I hear, like you said, it's like you're showing up. It's like accountability.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So,
100%. Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
other people is such a big deal for I mean I believe it's a big deal for people with ADHD. That's I mean I'm a productivity person. So but the there was a statement that I'd heard on a science study one time that hills are never as steep when you walk them with a friend.
Okay.
I was like that's
Yeah.
so true, right?
That's true. Yeah.
It's just having a body double, somebody else in your life that is just there
Hmm.
makes a thing easier.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Like I find it, I mean, for me, it reminds me of like even the animals, right?
Hmm.
They go in packs, you don't really
Yeah.
see, but it's bringing them like, hey, we miss somebody, like we gotta come on, you the one in the back. So again, even as humans, we're the same way. We need that
Connection.
person. Yeah.
Yeah, connection is such a big deal.
Mhm.
That's why I have like my fail safe in a. I have they're my core four. I have four people that I can
Okay.
call whenever I want. If I'm in a depressive episode, they'll pick up. I've never had to use it, but I'm like just knowing that they're there. I think we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
About like
Yeah.
yeah. They're just people that are close to my in my life and know who I am.
Okay. Well, okay, so we're at the end. Tell us about the podcast. Where can we listen to the podcast? And when do
Oh
it air?
yeah, my podcast is ADHD Big Brother,
Okay.
and it is yeah, I mean I put a new episode out every Monday.
Okay.
And yeah, and I
We're
mean, if you Google, it's on all the platforms. So if you go to ADHD Big Brother, you'll see it there.
all right. Well, thank Russ for stopping past. I
Yeah.
know and being patient with the technology. You guys, this has been what, 2 days, 3 days, 5 days? I can't remember.
We fought for this. We
Yes,
fought for
we
this.
we see the line at the end.
Yeah, this was super
Anytime you
fun.
want
I
to come
really
back,
enjoyed the talk.
thank you. Yeah, anytime you want to come back, you're always welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.